Right. So what we have discussed is the transmission of the data from 8051 to external devices. Okay. So that is happening through TXD number 11 and 12, I think. TXD and RXD. Everyone should be perfect with the pin diagram. It is must. Okay, everyone have to whatever you do, they have to draw the pin diagram and they should know each pin functions. Okay. So upon transmission of the data and reception of the data upon these two pins, we have in 8051, I think 11 and 12. Okay. Now along with this, now this is what I am calling it as UART. Okay. Universal asynchronous, because there is no synchronous, there is no clock signal for controlling the communication between the two devices. So the communication between the two devices is asynchronous here. Universal asynchronous receiver and transmitter. So there is a universal standard. So the first standard was RS-232. What is RS here? Recommended standard, right? So recommended standard that is been approved by IEEE, EIA, so not IEEE. So it is been developed by EIA, Electronic Instrumentation Association, and approved by EIA to use for communication. Okay. Then what are the properties? What is the representation of 0 and 1 here? The 0 is represented as plus 3 volts to plus 25 volts. And what is 1? 1 is represented as minus 3 volts to minus 25 volts. Okay. And as it is an asynchronous, we're going to have what? Okay. This RS-232, we have two types. One is 25 pins, 25 pin, and another one is DB9, DB25, DB9. Okay, so where is our interest? Our interest is in DB9 RS-232. What is DB9 RS-232? Where it is having a 9 pins. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so this is DB9 connector. Okay, RS-232 connector, that is with 9 pin. So 9 signals are there. So each signals we have seen. Okay, each signal, like by taking an example of DTE, data terminal end, is a computer. DCE, data communication equipment, a modem. Okay. And then asynchronous transmission, that is having a start bit and 8-bit data, that is ASCII character we are going to transmit. So 8-bit data, and then again a stop bit. Either it may be basically start bit is going to be 0. Start bit is going to be 0. Stop bit is going to be 1. And in this, so to control the transmission of the data from 8051 to other device and from other device to 8051 to receive the data, we have two registers. One is SBUF. Okay, one is SBUF register. SBUF register is a 8-bit register. Another one is SCON register. Okay, SCON register. So SCON register is controlling for control purpose, serial control. SCON is serial control. SBUF is serial buffer. Okay, so serial buffer is a register which is going to store the data whichever the data has to be transmitted. Say like I want to transmit A. I want to transmit YES. Yes is a message. I want to send this data to other device. Okay, then say LCD is there. I want to send this data, yes, YES, upon to printing upon LCD. Okay, LCD device. Now, how can I do that? By using this transmission and reception of not reception, transmission pin. Now, what I do? First, I will keep I will store yes into yes buff register. I'll transmit this. Then I'll put up E. Then I will transmit E. Then I will put up, I will save or I will store the value of Y. So here, these are the ASCII characters. These are the ASCII characters, and each character will be having a hexadecimal number. Each character will be having hexadecimal number. So when I store ASCII character, the hexadecimal number is going to be stored into yes buff register. So while sending also, I am storing whatever data I want to send. I will store that data into yes buff register. And when I am receiving the data from other device to the microcontroller, then also the data is coming into yes buff register. Whatever the data coming inside to the 8051 through RxD pin. Through RxD pin, first that will be stored into yes buff register. So we are collecting the data into yes buff register. Okay. And then from this yes buff register, we are storing it into internal register, say like accumulator. So we cannot directly take the data into accumulator. First, we have to store that data into yes buff register, and then we have to collect that data into accumulator register. So while sending also, we cannot, whatever it may be, we can directly send into yes buff, or we can, whatever the data is there inside the accumulator, that we will send into yes buff, and through yes buff and through this transmission, we'll send the data as output. Okay, so yes buff register is holding the data. Now SCON register. So now SCON register is, that also we have already discussed. What are the control bits? SM0, SM1. Okay, bit number 7, bit number 6, and SM2 is bit number 5. So SM0, SM1 are used for serial mode selection. Serial mode 0, serial mode 1, serial mode 2, serial mode 3. So whereas serial mode 1, we are always using serial mode 1 because it is going to add one stop bit and one start bit for the 8-bit data. If I'm working in mode 1, so only mode 1 is of interest to us. Okay, so SM2 bit number 5, it is not, it is basically used for multi-processing capabilities. Okay, whenever multiple processors are connected. Then we have, okay, then what we have? Receive enable. So it is like this. Transmission is there. Reception is there. Receiver enable switch is there. Okay, this is a transmitter. Transmitter is always enabled. So when I enable receiver, the connectivity will cut to the transmitter. Okay, when I enable REN, when REN is equal to 1, I am enabling a receiver mode. It means the connectivity will be towards the receiving point, receiving the pin. So there is a disconnectivity for transmission. And when this is equal to 0, it means I'm disabling the reception. It means what will happen? This connectivity will get out, means receiver connectivity will be disconnected, and transmission pin will be connected to the output, right? Receiver will be disconnected. So that is for that purpose, we are using this bit, bit number 4. Sorry, this is 7, 6, 5, 4. Okay. TB8, RB8, we are not using for them. We will see that later on. Then PI, RI, last 2 bits, bit number 2 and bit number 1 and bit number 0. Okay. So TI is going to be equal to 1 automatically. RI is also going to be equal to 1 automatically. Now they are always 0 and they are equal to 1 automatically. When they are going to be equal to 1, that is important here. Whenever transmission is happening, so our data is now total 10 bits, no? 1 bit of start bit, 1 bit of, say it is 0, say it is 1, and 8 bits. So now, as I said, YES is my message to be transmitted, and I cannot send a complete data in the single time, because what is our mode of communication here? Our mode of communication is serial communication. Okay, so that is why first I have to send this S, later on E, and then later on Y. So that is why S is going to be appended with 0, the S value, the stop bit. 0 is a start bit and 1 is, so the last bit is going to be the stop bit. So whenever I am transmitting yes as this way, and okay, so 0 will be going to first, then 8 bits will be second, then this bit is going to be the third one. Now, when the 10th bit, this is the 10th bit, when the 10th bit is reached, it means that one data, this is one frame, one data has been sent. So to notify that, we have TI. To notify that the microcontroller has reached the stop bit. Then TI will automatically go to 0 to 1. In the way of receiving, RI is also working same. When I am receiving, so first 0 start bit I will receive first, then I will receive 8 bits data, and then 10th bit is going to be the stop bit. So when I am receiving the data and when I receive the stop bit, when in the beginning of the stop bit only, RI is going to be equal to 1 automatically. Okay, so and it is being cleared by the software. Then after knowing this, so everything explanation have been done. Now we will go for the program. First we will see the steps. Okay, steps to transfer the data. Steps for transferring the data. First step is TMOD register is loaded with the value 20H. Why it is 20H? Because we have to use timer 1. In a serial communication, always we have to use timer 1 and mode 2 we have to use. So that is why, what is the first step? Move TMOD, comma, what? Hash 20H. Okay. So timer 1 I am using the upper 4 bits and 2. So that is mode 2 I am using. What is mode 2? It is a 8-bit auto reload. Okay. to set the baud rate. Now, the TH1 is loaded with one of the values to set the baud rate. So we have seen a different baud rates, -3, -12, -24, -48, correct? So where this is 9600 bits per second. Is it? No, let us see that. Yeah, -3. Okay, -3 is a 9600 bits per second baud rate. -6 is 4800. -12 is 2400. -24 is 1200. So -3 means what? If I convert that into a hexadecimal number, it is going to be FDH. So what I have to store here is into TH1 is here. What I have to store here? Move the second step, okay? Move TH1, comma, hash. Either I can write -3 directly here, or else I can write 0 FDH. Okay, so you should know what is a baud rate and what are the different values of the baud rate, the speed of the baud rate. Okay, so this will give me a speed of 9600 per second. 9600 bits per second. Okay, so either I can write it like this, or directly what I can do, I can write -3. So the standard is going to be -3 only. Okay, the speed of the device is, our microcontroller 8051 device is 9600 bits per second. Okay, so now what I have set the baud rate for serial data transmission. Then what is the third step? SCON register is loaded with the value 50H. Why 50H? Because mode 1. Okay, mode 1. See, let us go back to that. See here, I want to select mode 1. So 0, 1. This is always 0 because I'm not using SM2. 0, 1, 0. REN. Okay. Okay. Why it is REN is equal to 1? Let me check it. If it is high, receive pin. If it is low, receiver is disabled. Okay, receiver is disabled means we are transmitting. It means now what I have to do is, okay, here. This one has to be 0. I am not receiving the data, I am sending the data. So that is why I am disabling the receiver. Okay. 0, 1, 0, 0. TB8, I am not using TB8, 0, 0. TI and RI, both are 0, 0. Right? Because these are going to be automatically equal to 1. So what is the value? 0, 1, 0, 0 is 4, 0, 0, 0 is, okay. So it is a 40H, not a 50H here. Make a changes. Okay. So whenever we are discussing like this, so many faults may there in the notes. So make a changes. This is not a 50H. This is 40H. The third step is load a SCON register. So move SCON, comma, hash 40H. Okay, move scorn comma hash 40h. So that is a step 3. Now what is a step 4? The step 4 is TR1 is set to 1 to start the timer. Now timer has been, mode is been selected, data is been loaded. So what we have to do now? Start TH1. So what is the way of starting the timer? Set bit. Set bit. What is the TCON bit? So that is TR1. Timer run 1. Okay. Then TI is cleared by TI instruction. Clear TI instruction. Okay. Clear the TI now. CLR TI. TI is a SCON bit SCON register bit. The character byte to be transferred serially is written into SBUF. Is written into SBUF register. So what I will do, I will take move. Okay, first I will transfer only single character. SBUF comma hash. I will write the character. Okay, I will not write the hexadecimal number. Character Z. Put up a semicolon for every instruction. Okay. So now what? Okay. This is step 5. This is step 6. What is step 7? The TI flag bit is monitored with the use of instruction JNB TI comma XX. So monitoring TI is XX is a label, JNB TI comma XX. So jump until the TI is equal to 1. Okay. Jump until TI is equal to 1. So when TI is equal to 1, then don't jump. Go to step 8. To transfer the next byte, go to step 5. Where is the step 5? Clear. Here. Clear TI. So what I will do? SJMP. YY. Where is YY? YY is here. Okay. So what I will do? Again, I will go to YY. So here I will come. I will clear the TI because TI has got one no here. So that is why I will first clear the TI and then instead of Z, I can write E. So then what will happen? E will be transmitted. So this is the way of transmission of the data from 8051 to external devices. Understood? Let us take one example which will be then understood very easily. See what we are doing here. Write a program 8051 to transfer letter A serially at 4800 baud rate. Previously what we have taken? 9600. Now the half of that. So -3, double of that. So -6. Load tmod with auto reload 20H, timer 1, mode 2. Load with the TH1 is going to be loaded with the step 2, okay, 4800. So that is why -6. Now this is 40H, okay. Receiver enabled. No, we are not receiving the data. We are transmitting the data. So we are not receiving the data. So we'll make it as 40H. Okay, we'll make it as 40H. Right? We'll make it as a 40H. Then set bit TR1. So start the timer. Now move SBUF. So this step was here, okay? It is okay, no problem. We have written it here. We can go through a step also. Now move SBUF, comma, A has been stored into SBUF, whichever has to be sent. Then look at the TI continuously. And then jump back again here. So here what we are doing, soon after it is going 1, we are directly making it 0. Soon after it is going to 1, we are directly making it to 0. So that is to send it once again. So A is continuously transmitted over here. This is a so simple program, right? You understood? SCON register is been set, TMOD is been set, then timer is been started, then whatever the data is there to be transmitted, that is going to be loaded into SBUF register. Then we have to monitor JNB TI. Okay, we are transmitting the data, so that is why we have to monitor TI. When we are receiving the data, then we have to monitor RI. Right? So hope it is so simple and understandable. Now only the thing is this one, receiver disabled. Okay, make it 4. Hope it has been understood. So here, now there it was only a single character. Now what we will do, we will send YES as a complete data at the rate of 9600 baud. Okay, with 8-bit data, 1 stop bit. So 8-bit data, 1 start bit, 1 stop bit means what? It is mode 1 only. It is mode 1 only. Now again, what is this? Okay, so mode 1 has been set. Sorry, timer mode 2 and timer 1. 9600 minus 3. Receiver enabled. It should be receiver disabled now. So it is 40H. Okay, it is going to be a 40H. Now set bit TR1. So timer now, timer has been started. So when the timer is been started, what are the things I have to send? I have to send Y, E, yes. So Y is going to be stored into A called transmission. So this is, however, you can modify any of the program, but this is by using some different transmission program separately. Okay, so I will go to trans. Where is trans? Trans is here. Move A, SBUF, comma A. So what is A is having? A is having Y. So Y is going to be loaded into SBUF, and that is going to be sent to the external device. So we should keep on watching TI. So when SBUF when S has been completely transmitted, TI will become automatically 1. Then when it is equal to 1, make it clear, return back. So where I will get return? I will return to this point. Now load E into A. Load E. So second data that is loaded into A. I'm calling again trans. So I will come here. What is A is having? A is having E. E is going to be stored into SBUF. So soon after that, that starts transmitted to the external device. So until then, we look into the TI. So when the stop bit is going to be reached, then TI is going to be equal to 1. So clear the TI bit, go back. Where we will come back? Here. Store S into A, go to transmission. So again come here, store into SBUF, So soon after putting into SBUF, that data is going to be transmitted. And when stop bit is going to be reached, Ti is going to be equal to 1 again. So make it clear. Then go back. Where I will come back? I'll come back to, sorry, this position. Short jump again. So again, where I'm going back to this A. So YES is continuously sent to the microcontroller to the external device. Understood? So this is assembly program. In the same way, with a simple modification, we have to go for C program. They are also very simple. So write a C program for transmission of A, right? With 4800, the same program what we have seen, but in the C program. So include register .51H. This is must because we are working with the register. We are working with the registers of 8051. So this register 51 file is having all the register sets and functions. So we have to include register 51.h for every time. Then you know what are the different functions. What is the way of writing the function? Main function starting here. Then tmod is equal to 0x20. So hexadecimal number 20 is going to be loaded into tmod. th1, we don't have to initiate tmod and th because it is involved into register 51.h. Okay, it is already declared in register 51.h file. So that is why direct names are used here. So tmod register, timer 1, mode 2, then FA, right? Instead of a minus number, so what has been written? -6. -6 ka what is the value? FAH. So 4800. So again, it has to be 40H here, 40. Then start TR1. I will check whether it is a 50 or 40. Why REN is equal to 1. I will check it. Okay, so TR1. So start the timer. So once the timer has been started, while one is what? Continuous loop. Okay, never ending loop. So SBUF is equal to character A. Now again, take one more loop here. While Ti equal to 0 until the see, it is been ended here only. So I am remaining into this until Ti becomes 1. So once Ti becomes 1, I will go to the next command. Ti is equal to 0. So again, where I will go? I will come to this while 1 only. So I am continuously sending A here. Hope it is been understood, right? After this, you have to join for the another session, okay?